Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. So in today's video I'm going to be creating a 2D game. So this 2D game is not going to be like the other 2D games which are not technically 2D, it's like 3D, but the camera is like in a direction where it makes it look 2D but it's not. So I'm going to be using GUI to make a 2D game inside of Roblox. So when we search 2D games on Roblox, you don't see what you want to see, which is actually 2D games. Like if you go to the top here, as you can see, the camera is only 2D, but the game is 3D. It's not really the 2D game you expected. Same with this, and even same with this. So I can't seem to find any 2D games here. So that's why I'm going to be making a new series where we're going to try to make the best 2D game which we possibly could on Roblox. So let's begin, but before that please subscribe. I've been on the road to 1000 subscribers for months now and I'm really struggling here, so please help me out and subscribe. So now let's begin. So I'm gonna start studio up here and let's begin. Okay, now we're in studio. So the first thing we need to do is basically do the UI and stuff like that for the GUI game. So for this I'm not going to be scripting this entirely, so I'm going to be using the help of a module which is called Nature 2D. So let me introduce y'all to that and then let's get on with it. So I will go to my models and search Nature 2D, and this is the plugin which I'm going to take it to my workspace. And then as you can see, I have a module here and it has some folders inside with some stuff which we don't have to check right now. But what this module does is it helps us change any UI to a physical element, so that we can give a frame physics so that it will act like it's in a workspace. So let me show you all how it works so you all will understand it more. So I'm going to be dragging this into replicate storage. I'm going to put a folder and call it modules and put it inside that. And so I'm going to be leaving links in the description regarding this module if you want to go check it out too. I really love this. It's really a really fantastic module. So anyways, now let's do the other stuff. So under started GUI I'm going to put a screen GUI and name this world, and inside that I'm going to put a frame, and this frame is basically going to be the canvas, so the size is going to be 1010, so it will cover the whole screen. The reason I put 1010 is that if I change the size of the screen, it still sticks with the screen, the player screen. So that's why we should do that. And I just noticed we cannot waste the button to change to the mobile version. There used to be one. Maybe Roblox changed it. Yeah, they did change it. I cannot find it, but yeah. Anyways, now since we have this, we're gonna rename this frame to canvas, and inside that canvas we're gonna put a folder, and this folder is gonna be called elements, and we're gonna put a new folder as well. This for now does not have a purpose, so actually I'm gonna cut that. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Okay, so we have folders here, and we have the elements folder, and we have the frame. Okay, now we need a local script under the world, and we can rename this to anything we like. I'm going to just rename it to handler. So let's get to the scripting part to set it all up. So the first thing is always we need the play variable. So let me get that, and we need the mouse, which we won't need right now, but just in case we can have it. And we're gonna even have the camera, and we're gonna have the viewport as well. So viewport is I'm not really yeah, viewport size. Okay, so the viewport is basically the player's screen, um, what the player is wearing. So that's the viewport. So yeah, that's what we have got here. Now we need the the world, which is the world, which is script.parent, and we need the canvas, which is world canvas, and we are going to be needing replicate storage, and we're going to need modules as well. So yeah, now that we have that, what we need next is elements. We need the elements as well. Let's go up here, elements, which is going to be word not canvas dot elements. Okay, now that we got all the variables, let's come back to the canvas here. So what we're gonna start with is a player. It's gonna be a cube, and we're gonna put like a platform for the cube to fall into, where we can press WASD to move the player around. So let's do that. So here I am gonna be going to the canvas and elements and putting a frame. This is the frame. The position, I'm gonna change it from the properties panel. So the position is gonna be 0.50, 0.50, and the anchor point is gonna be 0.5 in the X, sits right in the middle, and the size is gonna be like when to decide the size. So let me just say oops, 0.5. Okay, so the size is 0.035 and 0.05 in scale. Now that we have that, this is gonna be the player. So we are gonna say player, and I'm going to change the border size pixel to 0 and change the size, the color, to something which looks good. Okay, blue, that's great. Now we need a platform, so I'm gonna create a new frame. I'm just gonna duplicate the player and rename that to platform and change the position here. So it's gonna be like an 8, and the size is gonna be 0.5. Okay, and let's change the color to green so it looks like a grass. Okay, now that we have laid the basic world out, as you can see, this should be the player and this should be the platform. Nothing's gonna happen if we play it now, so let me just show y'all. There's literally nothing which is gonna happen. As you can see, it's just nothing. It's just like a GUI, right? But now I want this player to go collide with this platform and have kind of sort of physics system, so that we can go to scripting about the movement. So let's now do that part. So let's give this UI a life, like a heart, a soul. So let's do that. So I haven't still got the Nature 2D plugin, so let me just do that here. Modules with chart and HTTP. Make sure it's under require, if not it won't work. Okay, now it's main stuff. Okay, so the first thing is we need to convert this and this to an element. Right now it's just solid UI objects. The second we convert them to an element, they will have their own stuff, right? So for that we need the engine. So I'm gonna say engine um and nature 2D dot so this create canvas, which we're gonna come to later on. The start, which will come to later on as well. um you can like go through all of this and check, and you will know what it's about. But yeah, so we are going to be creating an engine now. So um wait, okay. So nature2d.init, and inside of that we are going to be passing the world, which is this, so the GUI, the screen GUI which we made. So yeah, that's one thing you need to do. And then we need to now we need to convert all the player and the platform to real elements. So to do that, it's really easy. So I'm just gonna say player, let's keep it simple, player element, and we're gonna say engine colon create. And so the first is going to be the object, which is going to be elements dot player, and then it can be um, okay. Okay, I just noticed why this is happening. I forgot this is going to be a properties table, so make sure you put a table, a squiggly bracket for that, and then here it's going to be object and it's going to be a player. So collidable, there's a property called collidable, which is going to be true, and anchored is going to be false. Okay, now it's on a player element. We converted this UI into an element. Now it should have its own physics, so we're going to be checking it out in a bit. But before that, we need to run the engine. So to do that, it's pretty easy. So you just say engine start. That's all. Okay, so I'm gonna actually put like a 3 second wait, and then put engine start, so that we can see it play in 3 seconds. Oh, we got an error. Let me check what's wrong. Okay, so we're facing a problem here. So it's saying okay, we see. Okay, yeah. So I just noticed what I did wrong. So as you can see here, we have passed a table, but we have passed it where we should pass an object. So just put a comma here, and before that we need to state the type of element we're gonna make. So it's gonna be rigid body. There are three types of elements: rigid body, constraints, and points. Yeah, those three are the types, but right now we're only going to be using rigid body. So yeah, this should work now. So let me just play and check if it's working. As you saw, in 3 seconds it just disappeared. That's not meant to happen. um, let's play it again to see why that happened. Okay, as you can see, the player just fell through, but did not have contact with this platform. That's because this platform isn't an element yet, it's just a UI object. So as you guessed it, we should do the same thing for the platform as well. So let me go down here and say platform element, because engine create, it's going to be a rigid body as well, and it's going to be a table. So we're going to state the object, and we are going to be stating if it's collidable. So collidable, which is true, and anchored should be true as well, since the platform should not fall. But now if I play the game, we should see our player make contact with the platform, and yeah, it should work well. Yes, as you can see, now our player is great, good to go. Our player made contact with the platform, so everything's great there. So now we just to finish this episode off, we are gonna be adding the controls to the player, and then yeah, we're gonna be done with this episode. So yeah, let's do that. So um, yeah, for this, okay, for that we need to choose use input service. So let me come back here, and do I have use input service set? No. Okay, so user input service, game get service, use input service. Now we're going to be using this use input service to give the player movement. So function input is typing, if not is typing, and input dot key code equals to enum dot key code dot w. Then no, we don't need w, we just need da. So d, then we're gonna do this instead. We're gonna cut this off. If input, and then up here, if not is typing, then if is typing, then return end. That's all. Okay, and so here we just need to say else if input dot key code equals to enum dot key code dot a, then okay, that's pretty much it. DNA. Okay. Now we need to add false to the player if we hold D and if we hold A. So we need to come back up here, and I'm going to be creating something called keys, which is going to be a table, and it's going to be W false, A false, S false, D false, space false. Now we can just say okay, so we're gonna say if the D key is pressed and keys dot D and not keys dot D equals to true, repeat until keys dot D until keys dot E equals to false, and what we're going to repeat is adding false to the UI. So we're going to be using something called player element add false. I think that's what it's called. I'm not pretty sure if it's add false or apply false, but we're gonna just try add false and then go to apply false. So the applying false, let's say vector 2 down here, and it's gonna be 1 and 0. Okay, come down here, just input service dot input ended. I'm gonna connect to a function. Um, if so yeah, if input dot key code equals to enum dot key code dot d, then if keys dot d, then keys dot d equals to false. No, actually, let's just cut this off. Just let it be like that. Never mind. Let's keep that so later on it will be helpful. So else if input dot key code equals to enum dot key code dot a, then if keys dot a, then keys dot a equals to false. Go back here and we're gonna copy the same thing here and replace this with a and make this minus. Okay, this should work, guys. Now this should give our player ability to move. Sometimes we might face an error because yeah, add false. Okay, add false is wrong. It's apply false then, because it's either apply false or add false. So yeah, let me just say apply false here, and let's see. Oh god, okay, it's breaking our script because I forgot to put a wait. So yeah, that's sad. Let's do that as well. So wait and wait. Now play the game. Done. As you can see, now I will when I press W, when I press D, it goes to the right, and when I press A, it goes to the left. And if I fall off the map, I just fall off, but I can still go. So to finish this video off, we're gonna put like a respawn thing, so we'll be respawn right in the middle. So that's not gonna be that hard. So I'm gonna come back to the top. It creates up the call a respawn. It's gonna be a function, and what we're gonna do is play element, set position. It's gonna be viewport size viewport.x divided by 2 viewport.y divided by 2, and then come back here, canvas no engine.canvas, no, element platform element.canvas, canvas edge touched, connect to a function. It's gonna be edge. If edge equals to bottom, then respawn. That's done. So yeah, this should work. So now let me explain what I did here. So this module has an event called canvas edge touch. That is whenever element touches the edge of the screen. So this is the top, this is the right, this is the bottom, and this is the left. And when we call that event, it returns the edge, the side. So we can even call this side instead. And it's gonna return a string of the side the element touched. So when we touch the bottom, we check if it's the bottom, then we respawn. So this should work great. Let's just see. So I'm gonna fall off the map here. Wait, we did not respawn. Let me see what's wrong. Okay, I forgot to rename this as well. Okay, now it should work. Oh god, okay. I have put platform element, it should be player. My bad, it's a silly mistake. So now it should hopefully work. So let's just cross our fingers and hope. Yes, it works. As you can see, we reset. Yeah, we are good to go in that. We can respawn and we are we have created our basic system. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. If you want me to continue this series where I make a full on big 2D game, please let me know. But for now, this is what we got to make, as you can see. So anyways, uh see you guys in the next one. Peace.